What is going on, everyone? Nathan coming back at you, another Pokemon Showdown Nuzlocke. We had a lot of fun last time with this sort of pseudo stall team of ours, but unfortunately, we had a hard-fought battle to end it there. So we have to say goodbye to Heatran, goodbye to Clefable, our two new additions. Huge L to take this early on, but let's see if we can redo it. We get one more ad thanks to that win right there. 27. This means we get Tapu Koko. Tapu Koko is really interesting. Defogger, which I would have loved because we almost lost Tornadus Therian there. Pivot kind of fits. I'm gonna keep it off for now. I think I'd rather have screens plus an Encore user in my Ninetales, in addition to having Bisharp to disincentivize defogs from our opponent here. So we'll throw in Tapu Koko right now. That's a great backup to have. I mean, I guess that's the benefit of doing things where I can only draw OU Mons. That it's hard to get an absolutely terrible squad, but I can only copy one at a time. All right, that's fine. Paste, take you from the box. Maybe a backward ways to do it, but it's kind of fun to have the visualization of going to a box there. So it's only gonna get harder as we go on, as we face more opponents. You know, it's kind of a snowball-y concept because if it's hard to not lose one Mon as 6 Pokemon, if I lost a bunch and I was down to 4, I had to play 4 versus 6 in the ladder, it'd be really hard to come away from that cleanly. But also it's easier the more you go on, because you can build more like coherent teams and stuff like that. You know, that Clefable Heatran team was really awesome. It didn't do as well as we wanted to, but that was pretty much a complete stall team right there. So here we go. We're up against a pretty menacing team right here. Looking at leads, obviously we want Hippowdon against Rotom if we got that matchup. But if they have Nasty Plot, they get a little bit scary. Hippowdon, we're going to keep super healthy because Regieleki can't do much in this tier as long as you have a ground type. So we're definitely not risking its health long term. Bravery, also Defiant user, worth noting. Toxpex, also interesting. I think I might go Toxpex because if we do happen to get one of these 2 electric types, we have 2 extremely strong switch-ins. Whereas like Ninetales, it's hard to see me getting a good lead. There's only a couple of matchups I'd be pretty confident in as a lead matchup. Bisharp, same, honestly. I'd rather keep Bisharp in the back, keep it safe. It's not a very defensively strong Pokemon. Tornadus is the same bad matchup as Toxpex is, so at that point, might as well go for the Toxic Spikes. And Tapu Fini, same thing. Again, you know, we're really weak to electric types in general with this team, so the Hippowdon health becomes more and more important. We're going to start off against Ferrothorn here, and if they're going for rocks right now, we don't love that, especially with our Ninetales here. I might go to Ninetales on hazards and Encore, and then I can go for an Aurora Veil, or I go for Toxic Spikes. Let's do that, I guess. As they go to Regieleki, okay, I'm glad I did not over-predict in that situation there. We're going to get away just fine. Obviously, going to my Hippowdon here. There's zero reason to do otherwise. We don't even know if they have a Defogger at this rate. We'll go for rocks at this point too. As they Rapid Spin, fair enough. If you really want to force this matchup, buddy, I guess I'll take your life if you insist. I could Toxic too, especially if we see a Heatran or Braviary switch. I'm going to over-predict it this turn. All right, never mind. Well, I'll go for rocks. I can do this all day. I can just keep doing this. As they had a normal gem too. I wonder if it was Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam, always a possibility. It's a cool tech, but of course does not combine well with Rapid Spin in this instance here. They've got quite a few fairy types on their team too. Not fairy, flying types on their team too. So something to keep an eye out on there. And now I'll go for some Toxic Spikes. Keep it going. Do we see another Regieleki swap? I mean, I guess it's kind of embarrassing that I had Hippowdon in versus Regieleki all those turns and never got a kill from it. But I don't know. Maybe I give my opponent too much credit here. They go for another Rapid Spin. I would have Stealth Arc. They should be swapping. There we go. Okay, I almost felt like a dummy again. Now I can go to my... Especially if you're the Paralysis from a Pikachu or something like that, or a Surf or whatever. Not a ton of Spadef on Tapu Fini, but I think I'll risk it here. I'll go to them, take some Stealth Rock and Sand Chip. So perhaps ill-advised as they Aqua Ring of all things. So I guess we are pretty well situated for this matchup then. Let's Calm Mind, so we can get some Draining Kisses off. Never going to be a great matchup as long as we're against a Rotom Heat here, but I think I feel pretty okay with this. Is the Air Slash, no flinch please. Great, now we can Draining Kiss at this point. I'm happy. We're covering off here. We're going to get a ton back. That's the thing about Draining Kiss if you don't know. Galt Missile doing so much, actually. That's crazy. Oh, are we going to be outpaced here, actually? That's not good news. 26, 25. It's about a net draw on health lost and gained, I guess. Let's go for Another Calm Mind here. They roost, because then I'll start to outpace the recovery at that point, especially if they're using Aqua Ring and stuff like that. Worth noting that, I mean, I'm not even sure if I get enough Calm Minds, they'll be able to stop me. You know, at 900 Spadef, is Regieleki really doing so much? Although it is a physical Regieleki, we determined. Yeah, so okay. So I'll definitely be able to outpace the recovery this time. Sure, they'll still get that 25% off, but now we're in a good shape there. And let's prevent that Pikachu from coming out right here. Weird Mon Cremorant. Definitely a fun design, but ill-suited for our Tapu Fini as it stands right now. But they'll definitely be poised for a good revenge kill with their defense so low. Great. I could taunt too if I'm afraid of this, anything they're doing here, but oh, they do get the Pikachu because they're faster. That's right. Okay, so we're paralyzed. I thought Fini would be a better swap in, so we wouldn't fear paralysis as long as Misty surges up. But of course, that whole exchange lasted so long that's not a great situation. But we'll go straight out to our guy Hippowdon here. They might read us with the stealth, with the rapid spin anyways, but we'll see. They can't do this that much longer anyways. Nope. I'm gonna keep going for Stealth Rocks, honestly. At this stage, there's nothing to gain by going for an Earthquake. I might as well keep refreshing here, and that's exactly the case. They really can't break our guy Hippowdon anymore. I'm not going to get too risky against the Ferrothorn here right now. No point in Toxic Spikes anymore. Nobody else can get hit by it. Let's I guess we're going Toxapex weirdly, because we're neutral to Power Whip. They Gyro Ball, so we're probably fine there. And this is a mon that want to be throwing Scalds around a lot. If we get a burn, then now Hippowdon 4-0s. Great news. They even crit us. Shows how little we care. Let's go for another one here. I think we got a 6-0. That's awesome news. This, imagine if I just get to like top 500, if I just am uncontested with the stall team. Because if you want to go like, you know, I would consider getting to like 1200 elo on a Nuzlocke like this a massive roaring success, right? Let's go Tornadus as long as we got this up. As Rotom comes out, we should be faster, but I'm not going to risk it when we're doing a Nuzlocke here. If they Nasty Plot, I could get scared. No, we're great. I mean, if I got to 1200, it would be a if we get to 1200, they would consider that roaring success of a Nuzlocke. But the fact is, I have no swap in right now. Keep losing my train of thought. I can't finish that single thought. Something about me is incapable of it. Why are they spamming electric moves? So odd. For the final time, if I get to 1200 elo, I'd be ecstatic. But with a stall team, like, it's actually feasible to go extremely deep in the ladder, like, you know, much like a regular count, while not losing mons. Especially if you're losing and replenishing mons at a decent pace, like we are going to be with 1 mon per thing here, and that's not so bad. So, yeah, I think we're in a good situation. If this isn't a oh, that's kind of scary. Okay, we get the kill. Ooh, that would have been a little bit scary if we didn't get the kill right there. And then Braviary is going to come out. We'll go for the Toxic. GG. Sorry to play lame. Just couldn't risk deaths in a Nuzlocke. I feel like my name kind of explains what I'm going for, at least, you know? Alarm in mind. And they tell me to kill myself. Let's mute them. They're getting a little bit out of whack here. They're a little bit out of pocket right now. Looks like we're gonna get the win though. They might be stalling me on time right now, and I realize that I have a pre-existing engagement right now, so I got to dip after this game right here, but I'll be back in a second to finish this showdown live there. They're really gonna just wait now, I guess. They're probably just spamming me now that I muted them, so I guess that's the case. But okay, so I'll be back in a second. I've got a pre-existing arrangement, but then we'll play some more of this nasty Nuzlocke and maybe get some more spam from our opponents here. And we're back once again. Sorry I had to leave you guys in the middle of that live. That's so rude of me. Again, I didn't even realize I had something already planned, so I had to dip in the middle of that, but we're back a couple hours later. And now let's see which Pokemon we've earned from that 6-0 of ours. A Landorus T. Come on. That's a great, great pick for us. I might do that over Ninetales. As much as I love Auroraville, a good Landorus would put in a ton of work for us, especially if we did a defensive pivot kind. I could throw Stealth Rocks on it, free up a move off of Hippowdon here. Maybe let it run Whirlwind. We are partying. Let's go. So Ninetales, even great. You've put in far more work than I had any right to expect, but you'll be sitting in the box. You're going to be the excellent, well, they call it a 6th man in basketball. You'll be the 7th man here. And then we are going to add Landorus Therian. Come on. And I'll have leftovers, pure defense here, Earthquake, U-turn, Stealth Rock, and then I might do Toxic. I've got a lot of Toxic users, Toxic Spikes, Toxic. What else could I throw on that isn't so boring? Defog, of course, works. Knockoff. Let's do Knockoff. It's a classic. I'm going to go max defense. I'm doing it. It's happening. I'm doing it. I have no regrets. I have some regrets. What? Let's check up a build here. Come on. Defensive would have 92 speed. This is why I wanted to check. We need 92 speed to outspeed Bisharp. That's a pretty good reason. Especially defensive Heat Ran, as well as positive nature base 60s like Megas and Aegislash. Yeah, you know what? That's a pretty strong reason right there. I'm in agreement with you there, Smogon. Knockoff back on. And we can even run a Spadef Hippowdon if we want to. We got a lot of defensive Mons here. Oh, I think this got shifted around. Things here will make you calm. Okay. I feel pretty strong about this. Let's Hippowdon. It's such an evil set. Just comes in to ruin your day. Doesn't get us any progress. Doesn't do any stealth rocks. It just comes in because it's a Stallmon. I regret whoever we're coming up against in the ladder. Godspeed to whoever we come up against, because this is going to be a nasty stall team right here. Reed Sun 17. Our goal is to get to 1200 elo in a Nuzlocke, which I never even sniffed at when I was doing offensive teams, trying to get 6-0s on my opponent with like offensive sweepers. But stall is the better part of the way there right now, so that's amazing news. Let's do. You're a big concern. You're a pretty big concern, actually, especially knowing that we have a specially defensive Tox spec. So Feeney's health is going to be important to keep you at bay. Hippowdon should handle you just fine. Bulu's scary. We'll keep Tornadus healthy for that matchup for sure. I'm expecting to see you off the rip. So let's go to Landorus. It's a pretty obvious bad lead. What am I trying to express here? It's a very obvious play where I'm just clearly going for rocks off the rip. But I have several easy swap-ins for, you have several easy swap-ins for, and nobody else can deny the rocks. Maybe Bulu, but we have strong swap-ins all around right now. We do get the Weevil. They do read us like a book. We also get the Intimidate. So even, if we're going to go with Feeney here regardless, which we probably were going to no matter who we had in right now, that's not a bad situation at all. It's going to completely shrug this off. And I can go for a probably double switch at this point. So if I'm my opponent and I'm afraid of something from this Feeney, it's possible to go to Zapdos, in which case I could Calm Mind and sort of ruin their day here. I'm suspecting that we see Bulu right now. Is there a play that can beat both of those? Bisharp's great versus Bulu. We're a little bit slow, and they do get close combat now, unless I'm mistaken, so that's a little bit scary. Tornadus would work fine, and I could even U-turn if we did get the Zapdos there. Risking a status. No, we have Misty Terrain, so we wouldn't even get statics there if I did that U-turn on a potential Zapdos. So yeah, let's do this then. I could even do Landorus. That gets rocks on Zapdos, but again, I think we're gonna see that Bulu here. So let's play around that assumption here and go to my Tornadus. As you see, Klefki, to my surprise, Spikes, maybe Light Clay. I wouldn't mind taking off Light Clay right now. It does work Misty Terrain because we're not grounded. That's right. It's such a weird mechanic. Okay, fair enough. They get us there. They get some Spikes up to boot, which we are not going to be able to take off right now. We'll go to Lando T. We'll go for Stealth Rocks. It should force a swap. They might get a little bit churlish and stay in. We'll see. They can go for a screen here if they wanted to as well. Nope. They're going to go to their own Lando right now. We have no Hidden Power Ice to worry about here. So we're just going to exchange knockoffs. We'll take way more damage, though, thanks to that Intimidate. Actually, not that much more at all. Plus, we ID that they're Scarfed. That's pretty nice for us. Let's exchange U-turns here as they smack down. That's funny. Let's go to our Hippo and Toxic. The only swapping we wouldn't want a Toxic on is actually Klefki, who is not swapping in right now. I'll tell you that for nothing. So, okay, Lando's definitely taken down a notch right there. I expect a U-turn this turn, so I'll drop another Toxic, honestly. And we'll catch maybe Buzzwole. We get Zapdos, that's a great pick. I can slack off here if that's the case. Yeah, but there's a chance we can call out a Roost down the road with an Earthquake. Love that. They're going to go for the defog there. Let's... I don't like Earthquake right now. Landers I want to be a little bit more careful with. It does not have consistent recovery, unlike a lot of our mons so far. I could have actually gone to Bishop there. That would have been a great play. I'm mad at myself, but frankly, the spike was pretty advantageous for them, so I didn't super expect it, if I'm being honest. So let's just Earthquake, try to call out a switch or a Roost, but they're just going to switch to Tapu Bulu. Bulu Boyo, good name right there. Let's go back to Tornadus. Paralyzation is scary because then we try to hit a Hurricane through paralysis. Never a great situation. But now I can go for another knockoff. I can go for a Hurricane. Knockoff would definitely limit the Zapdos because then if we get Stealth Rocks down the road, it's just completely limited. So let's do that. We get the Weavile instead. So if it loses its band, it would be awesome. Never mind. I didn't care about that anyways. Stupid. Who needs that? Oh, but we're going to get the miss on Triple Axle. That's a nice little repayment there. Let's Draining Kiss. Honestly, if they stay in, which they won't, we're fine. We get some damage on everyone else. I could also double switch again on the Bulu, but I think they'd be a little bit aggressive. Let's do the Draining Kiss here as we get Klefki to my surprise. Interesting. Are we faster? No. Obviously it's Prankster, so could I go for a Taunt after one layer of spikes? I could. I definitely could. I'll go to my Landorus though. I can exchange Stealth Rocks once again. And yeah, that's a pretty good reason right there. Although my Feeny would have been safe, so I guess what were they predicting there? Maybe it's just a mistake on their part. Still kind of low ladder, it's worth noting. In comes Bulu once again. We'll go to Tornadus once again. Rocks is great progress for us as they are going to click Woodhammer. Oh. Okay. Someone gotta die. A Ferrothorn would be sure nice right now. Wow. Dies. 2-hit KO'd. Dies. Dies. Might even die. Oh my god. It's actually probably faster than Bishop too, so it's an easy 2-hit KO for them there. Someone's got to go. Who do we got in the back so far? We got Ninetales, Alola, and Tapu Koko. As weird as it sounds, I guess I'd be kind of willing to let Landers go, and that's like the only thing I can't do at this point. This is so bad. We have nothing for baited Tapu Bulu. Does they go to Zapdos? Weird. I don't know what they possibly expected there. They outspeed with the Hurricane and Oko. Landorus is dead. No, that was such a good mon. I mean, I went in knowing it was going to be sacked, but oh no. Okay. Well, let's no, it's gonna be hard to knock them off now. That's a fact. Let's if I go to Hippo, I can Earthquake on another Roost. I can go to Bisharp, try to bait Defog. I guess I'll do that. As they have Heat Wave and Oko's me. Are you serious? Are you Specs? The Nuzlocke is falling apart, chat. We're falling apart. They're not Specs. They're just like, they're just Oko's are Bisharp? Are you serious? Dude, this Hurricane's gonna do so much if it hits too. I just gotta call it a Roost. If we don't get it, I should have gone for something else. And now I gotta have another mon die. This might be the end of the run. This might be the end of the run, guys. Oh, we were so good. You're dying. I mean, I don't get why they swapped out earlier. Maybe they have no speed investment and they don't think they can outspeed this Tornadus, but I don't know. They don't have any. Okay, thank God, because that's a nightmare matchup and Tornadus is going to die, but this way we actually have a shot to win. Not a very big shot, but something there. That's huge for Tapu Fini, it's worth noting. Huge, 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 because Zapdos is not going to be able to last a long game against us. They either don't have Roost or they don't have an electric move, which is crazy. So I can go to Tapu Fini. If I can get enough Calm Minds up, we're absolutely in business. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for a defog right now. So let's go to our Tapu Fini. We see Klefki, who can't Thunder Wave me. They might even try it right now. I'll go for a taunt, and then I can start setting up. Oh, Protect, wasted a turn. That's bad for us. Let's Calm Mind here. Realistically, I don't have to taunt until the end of Misty Terrain. I don't care about hazards going up. I'm going for a sweep right now, a 5-0 sweep. We see Buzzswole. I'm pretty confident we can take this. We should take even a banded Thunder Punch at this point. I don't like that we were faster, though. Vanicus again. This is great. Even at +1, we're in an awesome situation right now. And the good news, I guess, is we still have 6 Mons after this. Because that's the funny thing about these Nuzlocks is they're so... it's like a snowball rolling down a hill. Because, you know, if I had to go to the next battle with 3 Mons, of course I'm going to lose. It's even harder to stay afloat if that's the case. As a defog there, surprisingly. We see Klefki now go for Paralysis. I might swap out if that's the case and go to Hippowdon. We see Klefki. Yeah, sure enough, let's do that. I don't necessarily need a Calm Mind to beat these two with Tapu Fini anymore. Earthquake here. They play rough. Crit still does nothing. Great. Let's Earthquake again. Lando comes in. I'll slack off. Yeah, it's a snowball rolling down a hill. So if we get to the point where we have 10 Mons, I can't imagine that ever happening because this challenge is so difficult. But if we get to 10 Mons, then like you get to, and they're all OU Mons, you get to pick yourself a really great team. However, if you have 3 Mons, then it's almost impossible to stay afloat. So something to keep an eye out on. And then we will go for I'm just gonna keep mashing Earthquake, honestly. If we catch Weavile, great. As we certainly do. Let's go back to Fini. I think we got this 3-0. Not what you want to see. Not what you want to see, especially giving up valuable Mons like we have. But we'll do what we can. I'm playing it so safe. I am not letting this thing eat an Earthquake. We'll probably be fine, but I am not messing around. Yeah, I want to keep my leftovers. No, thank you. No, thank you, sir. No, thank you. Cool avatar, though. I don't know if I've seen that one. Is that new? Is that a custom one? Are we against like a ladder tour winner here? Triple Axle does nothing. We can Drain and Kiss. I'm going to Scald, actually. What the hell? Because that'll actually kill Klefki. And it'll be a 2-hit KO on this. Weavile is doing nothing anyways. It's going to die now. Great. That's the win. GG F stall. I feel bad, you know, going to low ladder and smoking people with stall, but I'm just fighting for my life. I'm fighting for my life here, guys. Well, I thought that'd be the end of the run. So the fact that we even came away with that alive is a huge breath of fresh air. But so long, Landorus. So long, Bisharp. So long, Tornadus. Gosh, we have no ground resist anymore. We need a ground resist, like a grass type or certainly a flying type is what we need now. Damn it. Okay. Let's see who we get here. And I will note that if I get Landorus again, I'm not going to count that. That Landorus is dead. Maybe I could change that down the road, but I'm not going to do it. 14 is a Kartana. I guess we're going offensive then. Because I no longer have the means to answer very many of the metagame's threats anymore. And I've got a lot of offensive Mons here. So we're going to have to make it work somehow. At least until I get more Mons here. Paste. Dude, does this Ninetales have Hypnosis? I thought I got rid of that. Yeah, I don't want Hail. I want Moonblast. And Encore, that was right. Yeah. I think that's not bad. Okay, now we need some offensive sets here. Fini will keep like this. I think that combination of the Calm Mind sweep is obviously devastating at the end, but also great if you combine that with a potential Aurora Veil. Love that. I'm gonna throw Stealth Rock on you now. I think you roll into over Toxic. We're not lasting these longer games anymore. Probably keep Toxic Spikes on. Very useful. Knockoff is great too, but I'll keep that on for now. I'll probably go with a Specs, Coco, and a... Although I might want a Defogger on Coco. I'm just making a regular Boots, heavily special attack invested pivot here. So let's do Heavy Duty Boots and Thunderbolt and Defog and U-Turn and Dazzling Gleam. Nothing too fancy. Tempted to make it even Life Orb actually. But no, I want my Defogger to be a little bit better than that. Not, you know, for a Defogger coming in, I don't like it having 200 defense and less than that in Spadef and not very much HP. A little bit scary, but we'll have to make it work. For the Kartana, I can either make Scarf or I can either make a Swords Dance set. We don't have a lot of speed on our team right now, but I think a Swords Dance set is more likely to sweep an opponent. I can also change it so it's a Swords Dance set. You can do something like this, where you go like this, and then lower your IVs so that every time you get a kill with Kartana, it boosts your speed instead. And you know, it's still 330 attack that you're going to be boosting with the Swords Dance. So I don't think it's the best Kartana set, if I'm being perfectly honest, but I think at this point, with this kind of incomplete, you know, hastily put together team, it's my best bet of sweeping an opponent. I'm going to go with it. And I don't want to do Life Orb because survivability is going to be so difficult. We'll get 3 excellent kills for sure, but I want 6 kills. That means we can't set up on anyone and take a hit. Like, it's just, I don't love that. I will go Leaf Blade and Smart Strike and Sacred Sword. Yeah, minus attack. I can go max HP if that's the case, which is awesome news. For a little bit more defense. I'm not trying to stay in any Spadef moves anyways. Item is very difficult. Like, I'm tempted to go Leftovers, as wild and backwards as that sounds. Or like, I don't know. I don't know, guys. A berry would be kind of interesting. Be very interesting. Expert Belt could work. I'm kind of down for Expert Belt actually. Let's do a power. No. Let's do a muscle band. It's not very much at all. I don't want to risk a Life Orb and have him die on me here. So let's see. This might be our last one right now. Kind of going late into the live right now, but we got to give it one more go here. If we can win and get a good Mon, we're back in it. If we don't win, then we're in trouble. We got to pick our matchups very carefully here. We are against some Rain, which looks to be a Specs Tapu Koko, which is pretty scary. If not for the Tapu Koko, then our own Tapu Fini looks amazing, especially with Taunt. Although it depends on what the Ferrothorn is running. Kartana looks pretty good too. If I get enough speed, I would need 2 speed boosts. No, I need 3 speed boosts. That's way too tall of an order. But Bearskin is probably going to be banded. So I can still just go to my Tox Specs a lot of the time here. I should be fine. Okay, so let's go to my Ninetales. And I'm going to scout out what move you've got and go to my Toxapex afterwards. If they hit me with a Gyro Ball, that kind of suggests that they have Power Whip, because those are a common combination right there. They knock off instead, so I could have stayed in with my Ninetales. That would have been great, but oh well. Toxapex is always going to be fantastic against an offensive team like this. Not going to be too upset about that at all. Let's get Toxapex out of here before it takes any long-lasting damage. Ninetales we now know is safe. We get in right before the rocks go up. I'm going to put up Aurora Veil right here as they knock off on me there. I'm going to Encore actually, so they can't do anything. And we will go to our... What's the best play now? I go Pex and get some more spikes up and fish for a Scaldburn. Yeah, why not? Nothing too exciting. It's baiting and Pelipper though, is what I don't like about that. I could go to Pex and then double switch to Tapu Koko to punish a Pelipper play. And then I get free Thunderbolt, which would just be Ferrothorn again. Kind of a tricky situation. It's a situation where I really wish I had Volt Switch. Volt Switch would be killer against our opponent's team right now. I could even go to Fini right now if I'm just trying to double switch on the Pelipper. Let's do that. Pelipper comes out this turn to my surprise. That's unfortunate. So look at an easy U-turn on us right now. Or a defog. I would defog if I were them. So let's go to Tapu Koko if that's the case. They could U-turn on me. Go to Barraskewda. Sure enough, they do so. Barraskewda's gonna get poisoned then, so I'm fine with that. They're kind of forced to go to Barraskewda as far as I know. They could go back to Ferrothorn too, I guess, but I would not if I were them. And our Light Clay is knocked off too, it's worth noting. So they go to Barraskewda. Yeah, we're great with that. Sort of Toxapex. If they read me with something like a Psychic Fangs, we still got Aurora Veil up. Fine. We are all within regenerator damage there. That's got to be Coco here. Coco will go to our... They go to Tornadus. Threatening a specially attack, maybe even Life Orb Hurricane right now. Scary stuff. But we've got Aurora Veil up, and we're at Toxapex. So I'm tempted to do something, but I'll just Scald for now. Yeah, okay, we totally shrugged that off. That's awesome news. They're not Life Orb. We get a crit to boot. I'm going to recover here. We got a couple more turns of Aurora Veil. And I can go to Coco right now. Let's do it. We resist as long as we don't get confused, which we don't. That's great. Thunderbolt should force them out. Let's do a U-turn right here. If they stay in, I've still got an easy swap in. They go to their own Coco who gets poisoned. This is all good news for us. I'm going to go to my... One is interesting. It's got no Spadef, of course. Like, none. It resists both of its stabs. Kartana is really interesting right here, but let's go to Baudon. Let's play it safe. Let's get those rocks up. Specs Dazzling Gleam would do a lot. So maybe this was a poor play. Maybe I should have done Kartana. See Pelipper once again. Let's go to Ninetales at this stage. Disappear Scald so much I can go for an Aurora Veil. I think they're going to U-turn though. They defog actually. They don't have an easy swap in right now. I'm going to Aurora Veil. Oh, I could have gotten the kill. That's terrible play by my opponent, but I shouldn't have given them that much credit. They go to Ferrothorn once again. Let's go to Feeny. Losing leftovers isn't awesome for us. Pex, play it safe, play it safe. Toxic, okay, interesting. Very interesting, actually. Knockoff's the only item they're running, I guess. Actually, I don't need Toxic Spikes anymore. Pretty much everyone that I want to hit with it is essentially gone. Pelipper's going to come out. Do we get a Scald Burn? I wouldn't mind that at all. I bet they U-turn again. They were faster than us before, so let's go for another Scald. Oh, it'll be... White Bearskin's already poisoned, so Scald Burn wouldn't even affect them, of course. We'll do that. That's a free Tapu Koko swap in on the Roost right there. And I'll U-turn again. Well, they didn't swap up before. Let's Thunderbolt. Worst case scenario, you go to their Ferrothorn, and this Ferrothorn's getting kind of worn down. You know, 90%, not a lot, but the paralysis, that'll add up a nice little bit there. I'm not going to U-turn. Your health is important to me. Let's go to only knockoff. Hippo's going to lose leftovers, honestly, but I'll keep Stealth Rock up. Stealth Rock at this point is way better than Toxic Spikes. Punishes almost all of these mons decently hard, as they're going to click, yeah, knockoff there. Yes, it's tough because I Whirlwind on a Pelipper swap, and that's great for us. I Earthquake on a stay-in. I'll Earthquake. Yeah, okay. Kind of sucks, but at this point, we're close to the point just being able to spam Thunderbolt on Tapu Koko, which I love. And I will Whirlwinds this turn. Yeah, we catch them. Let's see who we get. Tornadus, who reveals themselves to not be anything. That's really interesting. Tapu Koko took about 20% from Hurricane before. It would take 40% now. Maybe I should have Roost on this guy, especially on a team where I'm trying to keep them alive as long as possible. That's an interesting idea. How much did we take before? 26. So then we're at 20% health afterwards. I don't love that idea. X should be fine. It should only take about 40%, but I could get hit with a full para. They actually lock into Weather Ball. Okay, so I do think kind of suspect their specs right now. That's good news for us. Let's go for a Scald right now. Perhaps I should be recovering. If they can switch to Hurricane, we might be in a bit of danger right now, but they're not Life Orb. They're not Heavy Duty Boots. I'm just kind of leaning towards specs, I guess. We'll see. You get Pelipper once again. That's awesome for us. We're getting good damage on this guy. Let's go to our... They'll definitely swap out. No, they'll Roost this turn. Let's... the last move Scald. I'm really pushing with Ninetales Alola here, but let's do this. If they Scald, I'm in trouble. If they don't, there's no way they're going to do that there. Let's Freeze Dry. They were dumb about it before. Great. Great. They're dumb about it twice. So we get the huge kill right there. Parascoot is not nearly as much as a threat anymore. So much is resting on our Tox specs here, of course, which I'm kind of afraid of. But I can go to Feeny on a Barraskewda swap in at this point. Barraskewda's going to come in and going to take Stealth Rocks, Hail, Poison. That's great news. We'll see who they go to. If they go to Ferrothorn, I'll stay in for sure. Okay, Weather Ball or Hurricane is in the mix right now. Let's go to Toxapex right now. Good play. Oops, did I mute my mic? Mic's still working? Okay, good. And we'll see. I've been traumatized by enough lives, right? The recording stops halfway through and it's all just lost in the sands of time. I can't do that anymore. Bit of a long live because we're playing a lot of stall here, unfortunately. And this isn't a stall team so much as a balance, but I'm just playing it really careful for obvious reasons, right? I don't want to screw around. And yeah, look at that. Hail, Poison, and Stealth Rocks damage. That's awesome for us. This is an extremely hard turn. I'm going to go to Hippowdon. But if they Dazzling Gleam, I could die. Great. Great. Let's slack off then. That was extremely scary. Because I didn't think they would Dazzling Gleam on a Toxapex. That seems pretty crazy play. Who knows? This switch was definitely obvious on my part, but that was a big switch because these Toxapex and Hippowdon are so important. They're the backbone of our team right now. I'll go for this here. We'll EQ. We get the kill. That'll force in Feeny. Perhaps Tornadus. I'm imagining Feeny. Perhaps Coco, but Coco's actually dying at this point. Sure enough, there's Feeny. Let's go to our own, to a Toxapex. Difficult question. Kartana, of course, really good at this point. Do Toxapex. Let's do Kartana. Nothing much, nothing gained. No Skull Burn and the being wrists right now. No Spadef, like less than 100 Spadef. Oh my god, but still. Kartana. With no attack investment. It's also worth noting, actually. We'll never know. We get the attack boost there. Wait, it means I did something wrong on this guy. Oh, I didn't fix the EVs like I wanted to. Whoops. There we go. That should force in... Okay, Tornadus. I got that speed boost. That'd be in a great spot, but oh well. Peck's coming in. Looks like another 6-0. Looks like another 6-0. That's huge. They picked the wrong move there. Let's go for the... I'm gonna recover actually, because if they go to Coco, they're dead. Yeah. And if they go to Barrascuda, then we're fine. Income Scuda. I'll recover if they Psychic Fang, so be it. Great. That's the W. Oh boy, guys, we come away with a win. That's gonna end the live right there. Tune in next time to see who we draw for our next Mon right there. GG to my opponents. And yeah, we got a new draw waiting for us right here. We were down to our dregs. These are the last 6 Pokemon I've got. So getting somebody huge like honestly a Magnus would be really great right now. It pairs well with our offensive Mons. That'd be pretty cool. Or even a Garchomp. Oh, I would love a Garchomp for some rock support. Zapdos. It's got to be Zapdos. If we get Zapdos, we're in business. The problem is we're definitely running low on the amount of foggers, flying type defoggers we can get. Because like if we come against a Scarf Landorus, we're in a little bit of trouble. You know, Hippowdon will handle it fine, but it's not an ideal situation to be sure. But thank you guys so much for watching regardless. Make sure to let me know in the comments if you like this video series, you want to see me keep it up. If you have any suggestions how I can change the series too, it's a pretty fresh idea, obviously, so make sure to let me know about that. But thanks again. I'll catch you next time. Take it easy.